Hi, my name is Bethann Shapiro. I'm the head women's basketball coach at Binghamton University. Today I'd like to give you a book review on State, A Team, a Triumph, a Transformation by Melissa Isaacson. The story takes place in the early 1970s, where it was right in Illinois, right before Title IX, which Title IX was passed prohibiting gender discrimination in schools and education programs and activities such as athletics. The book is a story from the early 1970s when I was a young girl. So I was kind of part of this, and I grew up around a lot of people a little bit older than me that went through a lot of this, and I thought the story was very it was good. I really enjoyed it. Growing up back then, both my parents were coaches. I didn't have a lot of women role models except for my mother. As far as basketball players, it was always my father with his team, and I saw him coaching basketball. That was my true love. My mom actually had to start a girls soccer team in Brighton with her best friend because the boys all had teams, but not us. So they actually started this Brighton Recreation, which has grown so big. Millions and millions of kids have played through these different programs. And also softball. As a little girl, I played with the boys on the boys t-ball team and enjoyed it, but it was just me and the rest were boys. It wasn't, I was too young for the top teams, and they started some younger girls softball teams too. So then I got to play girls softball. The story is about a team in Illinois, a high school that had a group of girls just like myself that would see their brothers or play with their brothers when they were younger, football, soccer, basketball, whatever, but they didn't have anything organized for girls. It was in the early 70s. It was the book took place a few years after Title IX was passed, prohibiting gender discrimination and education programs or activities, including athletics. And at that point, they didn't have any high school sports. They talked about first having tennis, and then it was like more non-contact. Then they were starting swimming. But the start of this was a girls' basketball team. They had volleyball and softball as well. The basketball story is near and dear to my heart because I'm a basketball coach. It's interesting to see each individual story. I thought Missy in the book is the one that writes it, goes through her teammates and kind of a little of their background, whether they were from a family of 4 or 5, or being an only sibling, or having brothers or a couple sisters. But I really enjoyed the way once they saw that they could try out for a team, what they did, just anything that they could do to be part of this, to be part of a team, because they really didn't have that as young girls. So that was a big part of it that I really, really enjoyed. And what happens is the girls, the discrimination is still, different with the boys. The boys had their own gym. The girls had to use a little back gym. And, they didn't have the fancy uniforms the guys did. They didn't have the gear, but they didn't complain about it. They just were so excited to try out for the team and to be part of this team that they did everything and anything they could to learn the game, to get better, and to bring each other together to work really, really hard, especially in the off season, to get ready for a team or for the games. The first year of the team, there was only 12 games, and there was not a lot of practice time for the girls, and they had to go and use the short court, which was the girls' gym at the time, until they realized there were male gym teachers playing pickup. Some of the teachers playing pickup in the morning at like 6:30, and they approached them and asked, "Hey, can we come in and can we play as well, or could we get in the gym at this time?" Which was the boys' gym, which was a full court facility. And they said, "No, we can't do that, but if you guys are here before us." So these young ladies, because they were so determined and so ready to get better and to learn the game, they would get up at 4:30 in the morning, get there, have an hour and a half before the coaches showed up to play pickup. So it was still, it was such a big thing for the girls to get that opportunity and to have those morning workouts and to be able to get better on their own, which showed so much passion on their part. And they just saw hope. They saw, look, we have an opportunity here, and they really seized it, which I thought was really, really great. With state, some of the things that I really thought was a great part of the story is, and I think so many people would be touched by this, young and old, kids that maybe never had an opportunity to play sports or be part of a team. For the first time, they show this, and they talk about it in the book. The determination and desire to be part of this team, which was the first team ever. At the beginning, when it was so hard, it was against it wasn't what people did, and the thing about the coaches that I try to do as a coach as well is not just the X's and O's, the basketball part, but it's the life lessons that you teach your young ladies, your players. And in this book, you'll see at the end when they talk about what these young ladies are doing today, the adversity that they fought through to be great players, to be part of this team, and to break through barriers, to go and first year, make it so far and do so well with that team because of all their hard work and all their determination. And it doesn't hurt to have some good basketball players out there too. They had some long girls, some tall girls, some kids that they just wanted to really work hard. And now you can see it has prepared them. The sports has prepared these young ladies to be very strong women, and their futures are, so bright. I mean, a couple of them, one of them's written a book, and is a ESPN sports writer. They've all already broken through those barriers that nothing will stop them. There's no limit to what we can do as women, as girls, and the opportunities are there now.